2018, Donald Trump, who was at that time president of the United States, was so upset about my jokes. The report says at least 2 calls were made from the Trump White House to, quote, convey the president's anger regarding Kimmel's monologues and jabs. In other words, President Karen demanded to speak to my manager. He directed his staffers at the White House to call Disney to tell them to rein me.
Ever wonder what makes Trump's hair stand on end? Hint, it's not his stylist Jimmy Kimmel just spilled the beans on some marriage secrets that have the former president fuming from farting in bed to snoring louder than a freight train. Kimmel's revelations are so juicy Trump's considering suing his own bodily functions. Stick around to see how the Orange Wonder tries to tweet his way out of this mess. Quick favor before we move on: if you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Jimmy Kimmel's been at it again, folks. The late night funny man decided to turn up the heat on old Trumpy, and boy did he bring the fire this time. It's like he woke up and thought, you know what, today's a great day to make the Orange Menace lose his marbles, and lose them he did.
Hard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say "Make America Wine Again," Mawa. We have a First Amendment right that Americans a hell of a lot braver than Donald Trump died for, and it's especially hypocritical. But if I point out that he's so fat they renamed the plane Air Force Wonder Bread, I'm the bad guy all of a sudden? Donald and Melania sleep in separate bedrooms. She was laughing too hard at my monologue at night.
Now Kimmel's been poking fun at Trump for years. It's kind of his thing, like how eating fast food and tweeting nonsense is Trump's thing. This time Kimmel had some real juicy gossip about the Donald's marriage. You could almost hear the collective ooh from the audience when he started. Kimmel warmed up the crowd with some classic Trump hair jokes. You know the type. Is it alive? Does it have its own Twitter account? The usual stuff that gets people giggling. But then, oh boy, then he dropped the first bombshell. Apparently Trump snores so loud it's like a freight train had a baby with a chainsaw, and then that baby learned to play the bagpipes. Can you imagine poor Melania trying to get some shy next to that racket?
Santa Claus got up bright and early to post 165 venomous words about yours truly. And I'd like to go through that with you. Today he had a day off, and how did he spend that? Brunch with Melania? No. Maybe a catch with Barron in the yard? No. Who still hasn't recovered from his horrendous performance and big ratings drop as host of the Academy Awards. Oh, that's weird, because I read in the news that the ratings went up this year.
The audience was eating it up like it was the last slice of pizza at a frat party. You could almost hear Trump's teeth grinding all the way from Mar-a-Lago, but Kimmel wasn't done. Oh no, he revealed that his source wink claims Melania sleeps with noise-canceling headphones. Talk about marital bliss. I guess that's one way to tune out the presidential snorchestra. As the laughter died down, Kimmel had that look in his eye, you know, the one that twinkle that says, oh, we're just getting started. Folks, it's the same look a cat gets right before it knocks your favorite mug off the table. You just know something's coming, and it's going to be both hilarious and potentially destructive. Now, we all know Trump's not exactly known for taking jokes well. Remember when he tried to sue Bill Maher over an orangutan joke? It's like the man's skin is thinner than the hair on his head, and that's saying something. So you can bet your bottom dollar that as Kimmel was dishing out these marriage secrets, Trump was probably turning 50 shades of orange.
I made fun of OJ 1,000 times. He hasn't tried to kill me once. The only two who tried to stop me are Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who actually called the cops on me. All he does is make fun of. He makes fun of disabled journalists. He calls our veterans prisoners of war, even losers. He insults his opponents, his friends.
While Kimmel's having a laugh riot, Trump's fingers are probably getting a workout on his phone. Let's check his latest tweets, shall we? We all know Trump's not exactly a master of subtlety when it comes to criticism. Remember Siffy? Yeah, that kind of stuff. As Kimmel's jokes get more personal, Trump's tweets get more Trump-like. It's like watching a tennis match, but with insults instead of balls. The Orange Wonder starts off by calling Kimmel unfunny Jimmy and a loser. Real creative stuff there, Donnie. But as Kimmel reveals more awkward details, Trump's tweets get wilder. He's throwing around words like fake news and witch hunt like confetti at a sad clown party. At one point, Trump even threatens to reveal Kimmel's secret. Ooh, scary. What's he gonna do? Tell us. Jimmy likes puppies.
Kamala supports states being able to take minor children and perform sex change operation, take them away from their parents, perform sex change operation and send him back home.
Not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school.
I'm going to be using that clip a lot. Trump's also been floating a new policy idea, finally. He says he wants to modify the 25th Amendment so you can remove the vice president if the vice president covers up the fact that the president is in.
But here's where it gets really juicy. Kimmel drops a bombshell about Trump's alleged fear of stairs. Suddenly grumpy Trump is tweeting about his perfect health and tremendous stair climbing abilities. It's like watching a grown man try to prove he's not afraid of the boogeyman, except the boogeyman is a flight of stairs. Can you picture it? Trump huffing and puffing up a staircase, tweeting with one hand and clutching the railing with the other. Now, most people think Trump's just a loudmouth with bad hair, but the truth is he's a master of distraction. The real shock, they're both wrong because Trump's actually a robot controlled by a squirrel in a tiny suit. Don't believe me? Just look at how he reacts when you mention nuts. But seriously, what's the deal with his weird hand movements as the Twitter storm rages on? Kimmel's just sitting back, probably munching on popcorn and enjoying the show. It's like he's found the magic button to make Trump dance like a puppet on strings.
Stone published a story today. The topic was what could happen if Trump wins. Trump briefly attempted to get justice officials to twist campaign finance laws and the federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal for giving illegal campaign contributions to the Democratic Party in the form of jokes and on-air satire. During his 2024 campaign, which is now, according to a source with direct knowledge, Trump's raised the topic again, venting about the need to punish late-night comedians. He wants to lock up the late-night host. And what happened to this, by the way?
Jimmy, I love you so much.
And boy, is Trump dancing with every tweet. He's digging himself deeper into a hole of ridiculousness. It's almost like he's trying to prove Kimmel right about everything. You've got to wonder, though, is Trump really this thin-skinned, or is this all part of some master plan? I mean, nobody could actually be this sensitive. Right then again, this is the guy who once got into a fight with a bald eagle during a photo shoot, so maybe, just maybe, the Donnie diapers we see online is the real deal after all. Well, folks, it looks like Kimmel's roast of Trump's marriage has left the orange wonder with a serious case of Twitter fingers, who knew a few jokes could make the most powerful man in the world lose his cool faster than his hairpiece in a strong wind. It's like watching David take on Goliath, but instead of a slingshot, David's armed with a mic and some killer one-liners. In the end, this whole fiasco just goes to show that laughter might not solve all our problems, but it sure makes them a lot more fun to deal with. So next time you're feeling down about politics, remember, a good chuckle can be the best medicine. And hey, if you can't beat him, at least you can laugh at him.
Hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around the end, drop a blue heart in this comment. And until next time, I will see you soon.